These are non-negotiables. If you want to manifest more money or whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, you have to do certain actions to get a certain result. And of course, we know about affirmations, we know about talking, we know about, visualization, but there's key actions that stress test your faith. And the important thing is, when you're manifesting anything, when you're using your mind, when you're developing a mastermind, you're not being disturbed by appearances and you can just shift reality in real time, comes from faith. And that's number one. Because at the end of the day, to summarize this video in literally 2 seconds, every single action is a stress test of your actual faith. Faith is everything. Faith is everything. If you study any metaphysical book, any book about law of attraction, any book about manifesting, any book about using your subconscious mind, it all comes down to faith. Any of them. And the important thing with faith is, it's not about thinking and hoping. Hope is what you don't want. It's actually what you don't want. You don't want to hope for things. And you also don't want to have worry or doubt. You literally have to think of those as sins, like toxins, cancerous, fear, worry, doubt, any negative emotion that takes you away from faith in your subconscious and your conscious mind is poisonous. No matter, I don't care how bad your life is. And that's the power of faith. That's the power, and why this is so hard for most people is because they can't have faith when things are bad. I'm going to get into that. But no matter your appearance, no matter the external world of your life right now, no matter how bad things are, it's a decision. And you have to choose faith. The faith that no matter what you want, the money that you want to manifest is already yours. Now, here's how we stress test faith, though, because just saying I have faith is kind of bullshit, right? Like, you have to put it to the test. Because anybody can just say to my face, I have a ton of faith. And then we stress test it. And then we put you through behaviors that clearly show your subconscious mind has fear and worry. Your subconscious mind has to be snow white, like pristine. Zero anything, zero negative. It has to be that pure for this to work. But then when you get it, you get it. So here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to give money or time or energy or resources or whatever. This is the perfect way to stress test your faith. The reason we do this is because if you're going to manifest money, you have to know it. Okay? You have to know you're going to manifest. If you know you're going to manifest, then why aren't you giving money away? Think about it. Like if we were to have a discussion, you and I, and you're like, I want to manifest $1 million by X date. Perfect. You have to know it's already yours. And if you know it's already yours, why aren't you behaving like you have the $1 million? It's a conundrum. It has to be synergetic. It has to be aligned. So let's say you do know. Let's go into the presumption that you have it. You have the money right now. You have the $1 million and manifest it. You'd probably be tipping more. You'd probably take your friends out to lunch. You'd probably give money to a homeless guy. I mean, you have so much. I mean, what? Help people, right? Like, why wouldn't you give money away? So why aren't we doing this now? See, the entire premise of every action is to stress test the faith that it's already yours. Every single action. So we need to give. Because again, what is faith if you're not showing it in real action? So give money. Take people to lunch. Give money away. I literally don't care if you have like $1 in your bank account. Give somebody a penny. Do it. This is one of the most important things ever. Because it shows you have actual faith. It shows this isn't bullshit. It shows that you know that you have an immediate and endless supply and this money's coming, no matter what. Okay. The third thing we got to do is we want to see it and we want to visualize it. If I tell you, and we had the same conversation, right? $1 million. You'd probably think about what you're going to do with the money, right? Like you'd probably prepare. We call it digging your ditches in the spiritual world. You would probably dig your ditches. You'd prepare. You would, I don't know, $1 million, maybe, let's just say post-tax or after-tax. $1 million, you'd be looking at cars probably. You'd probably be looking at how much money you can transfer to certain accounts at certain times. You'd be doing this due diligence because you're preparing for the money, right? And you're seeing this in real time and you're doing actions that actually show you're preparing for the money. That is faith. Because again, it all comes back to faith and knowing it's already yours. So you have to see it and visualize it and do the actions of it already coming, which includes giving money, which includes seeing your life, right? Like right now, most people, okay, I'm not going to generalize, but most people, they visualize and see things as they already are. So When they go to bed the night before, they're visualizing the next day. And I gotta get out for whatever work, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. I gotta take my sister to the game or whatever. But that is your current external world. We have to see that world like it's now. How you saw the next day, how it's normally going to be, has to be how you see your new life. Every night see it. Every single night see it. Because again, 30 years. So why aren't you seeing it? You get where I'm coming from? The fourth thing we have to do is use words. We have to use words. Words are so powerful. Life is in the power of the tongue. And if we don't use words, then we're letting our subconscious mind just run rampant. And we have to control it. We have to program ourselves. We have to be this in everything we do. And so really powerful words. And I advise you to read this book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's a fantastic metaphysical book talking about affirmations. But again, the key is words without faith are nothing. Words without action are nothing. This we need all of these. This isn't like pick your favorite one of these 5. This is like we need to align all of these things. And so in our words, how we describe our life, how we describe ourselves, how we describe other people, we need to use our words powerfully and speak it present tense. And also, we need to send the energy we want to give. And I'll talk about that more in the 5th. Because, we could go on and on. But using our words powerfully for other people, if we have words that we're saying about other people that are about resentment or hate or scarcity, whatever the case is, you're going to attract it into your life. Like if you're talking bad about somebody, you're going to get that bad energy back. Just how it is, right? But we can operate on a 4th dimension above karma. It's another video. The power of words is powerful. Use amazing affirmations in your life. Only speak highly, only speak positively, only speak about the amazing life that you have. And then you will. It's that simple. Again, we're stress testing faith because if we don't say these words, then do we really have faith? Speak it, right? You have faith. Speak it. And number 5 is your expectancy. Okay? Expect miracles. Why do I say that? Miracles. Expect miracles. More than one. Here's the thing. We always get what we expect. And it limits us subconsciously at a very deep level. So like, let's say you own a business and you've been making $200,000 a year for 2 years. You're probably going to expect $200,000 a year, right? Just naturally. You're probably just going to be like, that's what I expect. And that's what I typically get. It's not possible. But what is on a fundamental level? What is saying it's not possible? It's fear. It's not having faith. It's not having faith in more. It's all a fear response. But we cloak our fear because we don't want to say, I am afraid. Like nobody wants to say that because it's very just shitty. Like it makes you feel bad. You don't want to be somebody that is afraid. So we use other words to trick our mind that we're not afraid, but it's all fear. So if you're expecting a certain outcome because it's what's been happening and it's just like how life has been, you're going to get that outcome. I hate the saying, prepare for the best, but expect the worst. That is the worst saying ever. You prepare for the best and you expect the best. You always get what you expect. So if we're doing all of these things, you have to expect this. Like literally expect it. Like, oh yeah, it's coming. Like it's already mine. Like duh. You have to expect it. You cannot visualize, use your words in an amazing way, give money, but expect it not to happen. You have to open your mind up to possibilities. You have to open your mind up to all doors being open. You have to open your mind up, again, with that snow white pure subconscious, that anything and everything is possible, that there's limitless supply. All doors are free. All channels are open. You have to do this on a fundamental level. Because again, this breaks down if we don't expect it. If we don't expect that miracles can happen and that all things are possible, you're going to get what you expect. And this takes practice, right? This takes work. I would recommend to really nail these in, of course, giving is a behavior, right? Seeing it, visualizing it is a behavior. Using words of behavior. Expecting is more of a deep-rooted belief, right? A mindset. Faith, deep-rooted belief, a mindset. How we can really get 1 in 5 dialed in is I would just recommend stop listening to music and only listen to audiobooks that talk about metaphysics, that talk about affirmations, that talk about the subconscious mind. It's a great way to program yourself. Because, when you're at the gym, when you're driving, you're probably listening to hours of music a day. It's probably doing nothing for you. And those 1 in 5 with listening to audiobooks can really help you program on a deep level all the time, constantly. And eventually it's going to become who you are. Because that's the key. It has to be on a core fundamental level. Faith is everything. Okay? Faith, all of these things go back to faith, right? If we're not expecting miracles, we don't have faith. If we're not using our words, we don't have faith. If we're not seeing and visualizing it, we don't have faith. If we're not getting money away, we have zero faith it's coming. All of these actions are a stress test to our faith. That's it. It's very simplistic, but it takes time. And if you have unbelievable faith, like unwavering faith, like in the worst of the worst times, we call it trusting in the dawn. Because it's always darkest before it's lightest, right? So let's say it's the dawn, and you have unwavering faith in your bank account's at zero. You're like, the money is mine. It's coming. The money won't fucking be there. I promise you. But you have to have faith in the dawn. You have to do these things, and you have to have unwavering faith with a pristine Snow White subconscious. That's it. Once you master these, you can do anything. I mean, like whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. I hope this helped. Check out the link in my bio if you want a free mindset course. I talk more about this, business stuff as well. Go manifest some fucking money.